am Tony. I'm a student of the Opportunity of a Lifetime company, which is headed by Professor Oppie T. Unity, who's just recently assigned a project for us to work on. I'm actually a web services consultant. In general, that is my general duties function. However, I have taken this time to work on an assignment given by Professor Oppie T. Unity. Now, Oppie T. Unity is also the CFO of the company, and then he's developed the plan with a 16 levels deep. Now, before the 16 levels, what that means is that the ground floor is actually sub-level. That's below ground. It's 16 levels deep. However, getting back, what's the level? What did you say? What is a web services consultant? Well, in order to answer that question, you'd have to do a little. Well, first you'd have to know what a web service is, which of course is a web service. A web service is a method of communication between two electronic devices over the internet, over the web. Yeah, and excuse me there. It is defined. The W3C organization that defines web service as a software system designed to support inoperable machine-to-machine interaction over a network. In this case, it's the web. It has an interface described in a machine processable format, specifically web services description language, also known as WSD. And other systems interact with the web services in a manner prescribed by its description using SOAP. That's not the kind of SOAP you know. This is SOAP. It's a simple object access protocol, a protocol specification for exchanging structured information in the implementation of web services and computer networks. I would not have known this unless without Professor Oppie, Professor Unity. I'm sorry, his first name is Oppie, so you gotta forgive me there. Oppie Unity's input. However, you gotta also realize that it relies on extensible markup language, which is also known as XML, for its message format, and using relies on other application layer protocol format. Most notably, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, and Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP, for message negotiation and transmission, messages typically conveyed using HTTP with an XML serialization in conjunction with other web-related standards. You got that? So this is obviously what the professor is interested in, and he's trying to get us to do this. No, you can't. You gotta sit over there. You cannot touch this stuff. This is very important stuff. So please sit over there. Okay, and let me finish this. Let me finish this conversation here, this assignment, so we can get on with other things. Now, back to of course, now when you're researching this, you have to also go a little deeper, and one may ask oneself whether or not to be a web services consultant, whether or not one must be a digital citizen. No. Oh, come on, you don't. What is a digital citizen? All right, let's go a little bit further. A digital citizen, you got me a little. Don't confuse me here. A digital citizen is commonly referred to as a person utilizing information technology in order to engage in society, politics, and government participation. It was defined this way by K. Mossberg, that's K for Karen, that's Karen, in those who use those who use the internet regularly and effectively. Now, for example, there are qualifications. In order to qualify for a digital citizen, a person generally must have extensive skills, knowledge, and access to using the internet through computers, mobile phones, and web-ready services to interact with private and, of course, and public organizations. These factors naturally preclude many from becoming fully realized as digital citizens, such as people who are illiterate. That means not literate. And those who have no viable way to access the internet. Go figure that. Nobody does. Well, I'm sorry. That some people certainly can't get. Do not come back over here. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but please stay over there and until I'm finished. I'll be right. I'll be finished soon. Okay? Yeah. He likes to be involved in everything I do. But, you can't blame him. We're tight. We're pretty good. So people, to get back on the subject, actually this is not the subject. The web services consultant was the subject. Actually, no, that wasn't the subject either. Professor Oppie T. Unity's assignment was the subject. However, in attempting to answer your questions, let's continue. People characterizing themselves as digital citizens often use IT exclusively. They're creating blogs, using a social. By the way, that's me. I create blogs, and I do that stuff. Not all of it, and now the expert part of it I don't know about, but I do use the stuff. Blogs using social networks and participating in web journalism sites. Such as, although digital citizenship potentially begins when a child or teenager or adult signs up for an email address, there's more to it than that. They post pictures or online or what have you. Also, if you can qualify as a digital citizen if you use e-commerce to buy merchandise online and or participate in any electronic function such as B2C, that's a 2, that's B2, the number 2, C, or B2B, in the process of becoming a digital citizen goes beyond simple internet activity. So you got my point. But the question here is, this brings me to another question. Does one have to be a digital citizen in order to be a web services consultant? Well, perhaps if you put the two together, as I just explained what the two of them are, what does what each thing is. If you put the two of them together, then you see that perhaps, yes, a web services consultant, therefore, is a person through whom web services can be accessed. You see, so that would be it. That would be it. But there's more to it than that. But that would be it. I really got to get back to Professor Oppie T. Unity assignment. Matter of fact, his assignment is a video assignment. So perhaps, I don't know, maybe we could get this done here, and maybe the professor will see it in a positive light and accept it as the assignment. However, we don't know that yet. We don't know that. The professor is kind of he's kind of it's hard to describe the professor. But he's a brilliant guy. So, yeah. Anyway, it's good. I'm glad to. I'm glad to have met the professor. I'm glad to cooperate with his assignments. But there are other folks involved. There are a lot of people involved here with these assignments. Anyway, so did I answer your question about digital? Did I? Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So we could basically wrap this up. And so you know what a web service is. You know what a digital citizen is. So if you put them together, the person who is a digital system, is a digital citizen, excuse me, I say I'm talking too much, is a person who is a digital citizen can therefore be a web services provider because he's familiar with the processes, he's familiar with the networks, he's familiar with the blogs and the websites and the e-commerce and so forth. You see, you get my point. That's what I do. I'm a WSC Web Services Consultant. That's what I am, and I am also a student of the RPT Unity method and approaches to doing things. All right. Thank you. Take care of yourself. Goodbye. We'll talk later.